Okay, so today we're going to go over and continue the process of understanding staying in sequence. And specifically today, we're going to apply it towards a football play. You see, every play when it happens doesn't just happen, right? There's a specific order and set of things that need to happen for every play to just go off and then, of course, to be successful. So what I've done is I've broken down every play into 3 distinct phases so that they're easier to teach, they're more manageable to practice, and they give the offensive lineman a chance to be more successful. Now, the 3 phases I created are the preparation phase, which is the phase that happens between when the play is called and the ball is snapped. Then I have what I call the launch phase, and this is sometimes a very short period, but it's basically from when the ball is snapped until you make contact with the defender. And then I have what I call the strike phase. This is what happens from when you contact your defender all the way through the whistle. And what I do is I teach every phase in sequence so that players can understand more clearly what their objectives are. So let's talk about the preparation phase. In the preparation phase, number 1 is you want to understand the play, you want to hear it, you want to understand the cadence. So as you break the huddle or get the play, you can identify your assignment. Then based upon your knowledge of the play, you're going to get lined up, right? It involves your split and your alignment on, off, or back off the ball. And then of course you're going to get in a good stance, get a good weight shift, and then lock in on a target. Now once the ball is snapped, you're going to stay locked in on that target. You're going to take the proper angle to achieve your block, to gain leverage, and then you're going to arrive at that strike point in a football position. This is very, very important. That's why we spend a lot of time on this phase. Now, of course, once you contact the guys, you're going to have a set of objectives as well. You want to strike them in the proper manner. There's several different ways to strike, and I teach that for every specific block. You want to be able to lift your defender with your hips, primarily. That's where your power core comes from. And then you want to control and finish the guy, okay? Control him, be on the proper leverage, and then finish it so he's not the one who makes the play. Now, I teach these in the proper order so that you can spend the right amount of time on these, because this is a very mental phase here, right? Understanding the play is mental, knowing how to get lined up. You can just kind of do that and practice that every day at practice, right? It's the first thing you got to do. You got to get lined up, and then you got to get in a good stance. And stance is always one of the first things that I teach every player at every level. Now, once you got that down, because you do it every play, it becomes kind of second nature, then you're really going to spend a good amount of time on the footwork, right? Target, first step, second step, going in the right angle, defending the right angle, pulling, whatever it is. This is pretty much your footwork, and you can practice this on your own. Once your coach or your instructor teaches you this, you can do this in your basement, you could do it in your backyard. This is where you'll spend a lot of time getting the footwork down. Again, that's why this phase is so important. Not many people focus on this phase, but you want to be able to get to where you're striking your defender in a football position. Now, this is the phase you're going to spend the least amount of time on. Why? Because football's hard. You don't get just bang heads all the time. You really only have football season to play football. But if you can practice all these things, and you can practice striking in a limited phase, right? We could do some drills with that, but you're really going to practice this during football season, and you will win your blocks if you can win the launch phase because you totally understand the preparation phase. So this is how I break down every single play. When I teach a down block, I teach how to prepare, how to get lined up, angles to take, and how to strike. Every single block is broken down into phases so that you can understand it and you can apply it towards your craft. So I hope you understand this. As I get going in introducing different blocks, I am going to be talking about every one of these phases for every block. So thank you. Stay tuned for more information coming soon.